Today was AI Tech Day on Xpeng, so Emergence was transmitted live today, broadcasted live today over YouTube, and I just saw a couple of bits of the and segments of the broadcasts because I was taking my kids to school, so it was very soon today for me. But now the event already ended, and I will do a reaction on top of it. So I will revisit the video. I will move forward very fast because it's a 2 hours and 32 minutes video. So I will go through it and try to identify the key topics and talk a little bit about that. So let's see what Xpeng introduced this year on the AI Tech Day. So now it's only AI days of Xpeng for this year. Let's go. So here we are on the Xpeng AI live broadcast. So now it is not live, but we will react. So let me just start it immediately and move to when it started.
Every year, Xpeng will announce very big news regarding technologies. Later at 3 p.m., Xiaopeng himself will announce the latest technologies and surprises from our company.
So I noticed that they started this with some booths outside, and they showed a couple of stuff, and then finally they went to the live broadcast. So let's move forward.
So for the display board, we can see the latest EAA architecture of Xpeng. I saw a lot of integration systems here. Can you give me a brief introduction? The Changai platform is the latest EEA architecture of our company. I can give you one example. Previously, for a single point feature like door opening, it's only one single feature. But we use the latest 1000 apps sharing this mechanism. This is very special because we can define this feature based on our scenarios like our sentry mode, our sleep mode, or other kinds of modes.
Okay, let's stop here because I believe that this was not the best way to present this. I am trying to understand what this is because you saw here. So let me give you my details. We will have more details as soon as the official English version comes out so that we understand, because now it's just translation on top, and sometimes we are missing for sure some things. But here there were the sensors, so camera and all other sensors that we have in the cars. And then what I believe that this Changai platform is going to do is this software service sharing architecture and top safety standard and all these. So basically they will have redundancy systems and also all the systems interconnected. So basically it's not only an actuation, as they were saying, that when you open the door executes one command. You can have multiple commands executed based on identification even of the person, because they talked about face recognition. So I believe this is just an evolution of the actual systems to identify and improve and actuate and execute some tasks based on the person that is inside and also the interconnection of all the systems. So I am really curious about these 1000 plus apps sharing. So we need to search then after a little bit more about this, because I do believe that this is going to be important.
Mr. John,
okay, let's move to the next one.
Regarding the safety of X9, I know you guys
this is the
have
X9
already did
MPV.
a lot of deployment. We have already achieved the CN cap 5-star safety. We are also going to enter European market very soon, and also
it's a good one. So this car will come to European market.
We prepared some active and passive safety features. Before collision, we can actually integrate with the ADAS signal. When the collision happens, if the seat is still at the zero gravity mode, then we are going to have the seat airbag and also its own recliner system. So the collision will not actually affect the safety of our passengers.
So same safety on the seat itself.
People may concern about the safety of zero gravity seat. Here we give you the answer.
I am not really aware of what is the problem with the gravity seats security, but Okay.
Because X9 is a global model. More and more users are show features also for different shapes of people. We have already seen some examples, like when the weather is not so good, the speed will be controlled to enhance the safety, and also AEB system has also upgraded. Here we will not go into the details, but
So they are focusing a lot on safety on the X9.
Of our colleague.
So I will. The good point here is that MPV is coming, so X9 is coming to Europe, and it seems that they need to update some features because of course, the different types of body structure. But they focused a lot on the safety. They talked about these controlling the speed when the weather is bad. I don't know if in Europe we will like that or not, but anyway. The good news is that it's confirmed that X9 is coming to Europe.
Let's talk about the energy consumption. So welcome
Energy consumption
our
now.
energy consumption expert. What kind of optimizations we have made for the energy consumption? And
Okay,
this
so
is
they are
the
reducing
forged
the
wheel
weight
of X9.
using different materials on the
Compared
next
with the
cars.
traditional and conventional process. For hardware, yes, we are reducing. We also have some software optimization which can be updated via the OTA of our company. So
Okay,
what are
this
the
may be
software
more important
optimizations
for us.
for our team? So let's check out
They are talking that they
display
can
here.
increase the
Actually, we
range of
published every
about
detail.
15 kilometers,
We
something like that.
predict. That's now
Okay, from what I understood is that with AI, so understanding what are the road conditions, they can adjust the car to be more energy efficient. So basically understanding if, for instance, you are downhill, they will already prepare the car to get more energy from this drag that is normal when you are downhill so that you can get more regeneration.
So let's check out the AI computing cluster.
Well, Xpeng Motors actually developed the Alibaba Queen to build our Fuyao autonomous driving foundation model. So you can see that we already have 30,000 cars cluster, and the AI computing power reaches like 2 billion tops. 1.2 billion tops. So this computing power will ensure us to have better data training speed. So can you actually disclose some of the teasers we're going to unveil later?
So what I see from this is the
So this
switch
very
from
powerful
AI model
computing
to
power
vision
clusters
language,
after so many iterations
VLA.
and optimizations.
So probably from what I see, so there is a shift from AI model, so language model, to a vision language model, VLA 2.0, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, guys, I am trying to understand what is being talked here and understanding what is on the screen. But I don't know how this applies and if we are going to get some of these, or if this is an innovation that it's going to go to all cars, or if this is just something that we will have only in future innovations and future cars coming out from Xpeng. So here,
Let's move on to them. But here, you are going to see a poster about our...
okay, I will move forward here because I know that on the speech we are going to talk about the robots. So let's move forward here. This is the flying car. Let me just show you here.
So right here we create a one lever controlling system which is quite easy for the learner to drive this aircraft. You can use your right hand to press up this button to give it a takeoff and press down to land this aircraft. And also you can press up this button to go straight and press back to go back. And also you can turn left and turn right.
Okay, guys, let's not stay a lot in this part because I am a channel of cars, not air vehicles. But I just want to say one thing, because when I see these, I still feel that this is just future, even though that Xpeng is saying that they are already mass producing this stuff. Because every time that I think on a helicopter, flying object, any flying object, we remember a lot of buttons, cluster information, a lot of things. And you look at this, and this looks like just a joystick and a screen so that you can watch YouTube while flying. I'm kidding, but this looks like something very easy for anyone to do. So I'm really curious about this, and if the evolution of the flying cars will take off. See what I did here? It's going to be cool. It's very cool to know that Xpeng is also making these, because I believe, and you probably saw a post from Elon Musk, or an interview that he made also recently, that is saying that Tesla is going to enter in this market. So Tesla is now following Xpeng in this type of business. So it seems that this business, it's going to take off. It's going to be something really important for the future of mobility. And Xpeng is already not with prototypes, but also already with some
like
orders.
And
yeah,
Much easier than video game.
3D video.
I feel like I would quite enjoy flying this, actually.
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Have a backup controlling system. Give the
Just move forward because it doesn't
Hi,
need.
say hi to
Oh,
camera.
look who he is.
So, right before us, can you introduce our X9? Can I use Chinese? Yes.
So this is the
So you
car
can
that
also
has also a
introduce it
motor.
in English.
So the long
So
range.
behind us is
seven-seater.
the REV X9.
Okay, so let's introduce to electric biking, right? Yeah, let's start.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
Oh my God.
Hot.
Really hot.
So it's an REV.
Oh man, he looks like a humanoid.
The first time you can find the engine
Oh my God.
in Xpeng's car.
Okay, so now we are starting the event itself. So we were just looking at the booth that they had outside. Let me move forward so that we find here the starting. So guys, of course, I will move forward very
Hello,
fast
everyone.
because
I'm
then we
Xiaopeng.
can play and extract
Welcome
information
so
from
many
each of
media
the blocks
friends
so that we
and
can
also
understand
our
exactly what was
customers,
presented
our
and
colleagues,
how this will
and also
affect us. So I will
audience
try to get this
from
information.
online helped. And then the
So
package-
it's talking
and also
about
around
evolution.
2020,
You can see
BYD
here
starts to
that
grow very
the players
fast.
that were
that
big
time,
in
the
those
monthly
eras,
sales figure to
and now
export
it's
back
BYD
today,
and
you can
Tesla
see
on
every month we can sell more
2020s,
than 400,000
and that's
units.
why they are arriving here. So now Xpeng
AI
and Tesla here.
software will actually transform different products like AI cars and also robots. Now,
So basically,
the
as you can
machine
see,
gradually
Xpeng is
able to
putting
understand,
themselves
interact with, and change the
alongside
world.
with Tesla
This
on
is
the
physical
evolution,
AI, which
on
will
the
actually
self-driving
bring transformation to
and
our
AI,
next two
physical
decades.
AI, etc.
Machine will
So this is the topic of the event,
capable
the physical
of,
AI.
truly interacting with
Great changes in
Okay, so they are
operating system.
comparing now the digital AI to physical AI, and they are introducing this VLA.
Of the brain, which is in charge of the actions, is also changed rapidly. We call it VLA. It has three major cores: the model, computing power, and data. You can see that the standard VLA would usually translate the vision into language, and then
So basically, this is the evolution of the system. So unfortunately, we are still on the first one here in Europe, at least. And he is talking that even XNGP, it's limited with what is deployed in the cars because of legislations and restrictions. But they are already evolving to VLA, that is this vision language action. So based on what the car sees, it transforms in language and then actions of the car. So he's explaining the difficulties of transforming this vision to a language and then actions. Okay. So just a couple of seconds of video, which it's a lot of words to describe text.
has managed to actually mass produce this model in 2024.
So I don't know if you guys are understanding this, or at least this is my understanding. So what he's telling is that a VLA model, it's complex because you need to transform 10 seconds of vision, okay, of what you are seeing in a very complex language, instructions, so that you can then execute an action. So what they are trying to do is going directly from vision to action, and in this case it's then transforming vision plus already some predefined language models to an action, so that the card can execute faster and smoother the execution, because it doesn't need to translate the vision to language and then action. It can go immediately to action. Okay, this is what I am understanding.
Internal discussion.
Just a quick note from my side. I don't know if this change will just make it easier or if it make it efficient. What I mean with this is that instead of having the computer power to do this transformation from vision to language, if this could be easier in terms of processing power to do exactly immediately action. So sometimes this is the topic. If this increases then the computing power process, then we current users of Xpengs, we have a problem because our computer will not handle this. But if this brings efficiency also to the computer power, this can be good news for us.
To pioneered, they actually invested a lot. From 2024, we've invested 30,000 card computing power, about 2 billion RMB into the R&D expense. The VLA capability we're going to see is what we like to introduce to you, which is our VLA 2.0. We believe that we just pioneered a new paradigm of physical role models on mass-produced cars.
So guys, I will do a different video just on this, okay? So for this video that you are now seeing, I did cut a lot of stuff so that we have a very resume of what we saw here. But I will do a full video on this VLA story and try to get more information on this.
When I personally use it, it's a whole new change.
Let's see what this does.
The VLA 2.0. City, campus, night road, narrow road. The meeting vehicles in complex intersection. Complex intersections in the night rush hour. The narrow road construction site, finding the right timing to make the detour. The very extreme passage through a narrow way that seemed to be a dead end.
Oh man.
Very cut in from the path, a comfortable deceleration without any water being spilled. Very comfortable longitudinal acceleration and deceleration, no jerk, no accidental braking. Very efficient lane changes in the city. Well, passage through the bollard at night. Intruding the vehicle at night. Very smooth passage in multiple vehicles. The navigation-freed LCC in the campus. The LCC find the open road. Whole weather full scenario change.
Okay, really cool. I think it's really cool.
Is it cool? If we want to achieve this, then we have already used more than 30,000 cards to support our compute cluster, and also 72 billion parameters foundation model. Every 5 days, we will have one full cycle iteration.
This is crazy, the amount of data.
Year, in 2026, we are going to achieve 50,000 cards or even 100,000 cards. We are going to make it available from narrow roads to campuses and to other kind of road conditions. This kind of capability can also go to the whole world, not only in China. A lot of friends here, you will know that our sales in Europe are very good, but we can only offer LCC in Europe because the max version that we can offer is not that available. Because in Europe, we have a lot of narrow roads, sometimes single lane. Double lane can be very difficult to see. And also, when you have some oncoming traffic, you need to wait the car to drive through, then you can pass through. So it's also very common. Only when we get down this kind of narrow road NGP, we can make our cars with the best experience in the whole world. We are also going to offer you the industry first Super LCC free from navigation, because we are thinking, if we turn off the navigation, can we also use autonomous driving features? Now, for Chinese customers and also for the overseas customers, we are now developing the Super LCC. Some of the upgrades are a little bit slow recently for our company because we are doing our efforts to switch to the latest VLA model. This month, we are going to open the test drives. Today, we also have a lot of media friends here. Some of you, if you are willing, we can have test drives. And in late December this year, we are going to invite some pioneer users to experience. And also, if you bought the Ultra version, then you have the possibility to be invited. And also, next Q1, we are going to push to all Ultra users of our company. Here, I want to emphasize the Xpeng VLA 2.0. We are evaluating how can we migrate to our Max version users. Next year, you will have a more powerful Max version autonomous driving. And
so a lot of good information for VLA. It's still unclear for me from this presentation if the overseas current customers will get any of these, because every time that they talk about Ultra and Max versions, these are common designations for the Chinese market, not for the overseas market. So I really can't say if any of these will come to Europe or when and at what extent. Of course, we know that we have limitations in terms of legislation, but at least this vision language model, the VLA, is this coming to Europe? Are we going to change from X-Pilot current systems to VLA system also? Because when Mr. He says that they are not making a lot of OTAs, it's true. People here in Europe are also talking about that. So why we don't have any news since the 5.8 version that was released? And then he says that they are trying to move from the current model to the new one. Is this going to apply to us? So we don't know. And guys, I am just doing a reaction video on top of the broadcasted live of today. So I don't have any information. So of course I am just taking my notes. I'm taking my information so that I can try then to clarify these with the community, because there are some people with contacts in Xpeng. And I will try also to reach out to try to get some information about these also in the next days. So don't expect from this video to have any answer. It's just a reaction from me. I am just learning as you are from what was presented today. Okay, so let's continue here. So this is nice. So they are open source the software. So meaning that global partners and other manufacturers can get that model and using it and improving it also. So everybody will benefit from that. It's very good. So this is a very important
a big thank you to
news
Volkswagen. Over the past several years,
for the sustainability of
Xpeng,
Xpeng, for the existence of Xpeng in the future. So news also for the assistants. So we have different languages available in the future.
Hallo, Alex, schön dich wiederzusehen.
Oh, hallo. Du kannst jetzt Deutsch sprechen. Das ist fantastisch.
Das ist nichts Besonderes. Ich kann mehrere Sprachen sprechen.
小 P， 还记得今天早上我让你提醒我的事吗？
当然记得，你让我记下今晚7点在玛丽珍餐厅的预约，并提醒您准时到達。
Hey Xpeng, I'll turn on the seat massage to relax.
Okay, I've turned on the massage for right seat in the second row.
Dieses Mal müsste ich...
So this is very cool, because this is one thing that I mentioned on my infotainment version 2.0 wishlist. So basically it's communication with outside to get information from outside. It's there. and also the possible not only to define what language the assistant will talk, but to have all language over there. So basically, you could see on the example that 3 different languages, spoken languages in the car, and every time that you speak in one language, the assistant will answer on that language. So you don't need to change the language of the assistant in the configurations of the car. She will understand which language you are talking with, and then answer with that language. So very cool, very nice. But can we have it on our cars? That is the second topic, right?
When I go travel.
Okay, so basically they have presented 2 topics that can be applied to cars. Basically VLA, that is the vision language action for self-driving. Then they have presented VLM for the assistant, so for communication, messaging, etc. And now they are combining both and then showing that the future of autonomous driving can go to robotaxis. So it seems that Xpeng is going to enter in the robotaxi era. So I'll move fast here just to see what we have here.
The retail customer, I believe that this will also, the robotaxi will have
4 tuning HI chips.
Up to 3,000 tops, way higher than what we can currently. Inspiration that I drew from an animation film called Cars. I believe that in the future, part I will mention, which is the L4 experience car with driver inside. So this is how we shifted from robotaxi to robo.
So they are creating another thing
for the retail customers, and we name it as a new smart driving variant. What I mentioned, unlike other.
So, okay, I understood. So robotaxi is a service, okay, and then robo is going to be your car. So your car that it's going to drive alone in the street just to pick up a person, your kid, for instance, from school and bring him back to home. So something like this.
That's why
robot launched last year
Humanoid.
in the AI Day.
The iron, you saw that already
Over
in
the
some
past
videos.
7 years, Xpeng's robotics center, because the nose is very long, can also serve as a hand. Later, we also make a pony that.
Let's see the new generation of iron. Don't tell me that they dressed up the robot. The walking is much better. Looks like he's modeling, right? It looks like a model in a passerelle.
This is Xpeng New Gen Iron. Past and as well. Thank you, Aaron. You can go to have a rest.
Okay, so they are presenting the robot Humanoid. This was already we already knew about this from last version, last AI Tech Days, but now there is a new version. It's the evolution of the Iron robot. Okay, so they are trying to bring it more close to human-like, bionic muscles, full coverage, soft skin.
Iron can have different body shapes and sexes. As you can see on the slide, we have.
So they are bringing Iron to be closer to humans so that it's easier for the introduction to the market.
Whereas different
Very cool.
clothing, it will become actually people from different industries. I believe in the future we have different robots. We have human inside, including the visual sensors. We have the cameras.
I believe that
We
this
also
will
have
be the future
millimeter
for
wave radar.
companies for basic stuff.
also
Of
have,
course,
a lot of,
robotics
very
for
sophisticated
production, and
components for the
but
head,
it's still
for the
far
face. You
for
can have different
the
expressions.
normal production
With
for
the screen,
consumers
the display here, you can see the
at
emotions
home,
of
etc.
iron.
So I
We
believe
are
that it's
also
going to be
developing
still far from
based
that.
mouse from Eric.
So before going to the air car, on the robots, I think it was clear. So there is a new generation, still far from being available for the consumers. As Mr. He said during the presentation, I just cut it out of the video because it's already too big. He said that for these first robots, he believes that they are meant to be in places, and he mentioned, for instance, Xpeng stores to show the cars. So they will be introduced in the world to do execute some tasks that can be executed by a robot, but they are still far from being available to be at home. To be executing home tasks because homes are different. It's going to be difficult for now, at least, to reach that state. Of course, that with this VLA modeling inside and getting more information, getting more data, and creating bigger data models, we will reach the point where robots can be introduced in consumer houses to execute house tasks. So I have a feeling that 2026 AI days will have some news on the robotic part. It's my feeling because 1 year of gathering data and evolution of technology, we see that from 2024 to now, we have already a big improvement on the robotics area, humanoid era. So I do believe that also for the next year, we will see big advancements on that. So let's go very quickly for the aero car. So 12 years developing it.
It's actually not a flying car, but the low altitude eVTOL. Now let's check out the video.
So they don't want to call it aero car, it's a low altitude vehicle. This is cool, guys. I don't see it yet because for me it's very futuristic, but it's really cool.
Have already entered the flight test
500
phase.
kilometers
We
already.
hope we can have the actually aerospace level system, and we can achieve more than 500 kilometers.
This is really cool.
Our next step, Eric, we are going to have 2 systems. The first direction will be the land aircraft carrier. It can fly.
Okay, I see. So last year they have introduced the aircraft carrier for individuals. This one, the left one, that has the car that we saw in the beginning outside of the event, and now they are introducing the long-range group travel, so up to 6 persons.
Venue, but option carrier.
So this is the carrier for 1 person. And they have already offers, so mass production already, delivery in 2026. So the future is here. I don't understand this, but it's here.
Many of you can come to have test flights. For me, I will also
this is really cool. Yeah, this is what I was saying. So if you look at this, a lot of buttons and stuff. And now, just a joystick on the screen.
We can achieve single-hand flight. If you can drive, then it will be very easy to learn how to fly. We also have the redundant console. Even the main console is failing, you can also have safe flight and landing.
This is it, guys. We reached the end of the presentation. It was a long presentation. I just did a recap here, so I will make different videos out of these. So this one that you are seeing right now, it's just a very, very quick recap of what was presented so that we have a feeling of what this AI Days 2025 of Xpeng was. And I will then try to do different videos, mainly on the VLA and automotive part of it, because I believe that for this channel, the humanoid robots and also the flying car, it's not really our focus, are just key things that are very interesting to show the strength of Xpeng and how they are going to move on the market. Because if they are able to be a player on these markets, then of course the cars will benefit also from that, because now currently everything will be connected and getting info from all these languages, models, etc. So there are a couple of news here. The question here is how us overseas and European owners with existing cars are going to get benefits from this, if any. So this is the question, and I will try to get some answers for these anytime soon when it is possible. But the future is bright, the future is really cool, and let's see if we are going to have a little taste of it. So thank you guys very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.